So, welcome back guys. Look at this little baby sandboa. This is a striped morph individual also. And I'm going to kind of wiggle and pull on that frozen forward mouse to make him really think it's a live meal, see? So he wraps around it. And by the way, I'm always feeding these small baby sandboas outside of their actual cages and put them in these small bins just to make sure that they really eat the mouse and don't just drag it beneath the surface. But I have one more frozen forward meal to feed at the moment. Then afterwards we are going to get into all the live feeding action with the constrictors and the venomous snakes also. So let's feed one of the adult sandboas, the fully grown ones. This is a adult male right there. You can see how much larger he is than the small baby male you saw before. It's the same size prey item. But again, with him we are also going to make sure that he wraps around it really nice. That he thinks it's a live meal. I have been feeding a lot of these frozen forward meals to the constrictors in particular, just because the pet store where I need to buy all the live mice changed the price and now they are kind of expensive, but I will be getting into breeding the feeder mice just for myself anyway. I still need to get all the professional equipment, but this will be in the long run, of course, much less expensive. I wasn't able to breed the mice in the last apartment in which I lived in, but it shouldn't be a problem here. And for the time being, all the support from my channel members and so on is going to help also, of course. So thank you for all the support, by the way, and also for all the kind words under the last video. It really does mean a lot to me, and just wanted to say thank you for that also. So here we have a bit of an older clip just because I wanted to show you how these sandboas hunt live prey items. See, I think a bunch of you have seen this clip already, but it's still interesting to look at. See how he constricts the mouse in a way in which it can't bite him. Got a nice slow-mo of it also right here. Look at that. Really interesting to see how they strike from below the sandboas. Or in this case from the wooden substrate, but that's much better than having the sand in the cage, believe me. And also it seemed like the mouse has pissed on his face a bit, but as you can see, he doesn't really care about that. I'm gonna clean it up afterwards anyway. But you can tell there's a bit of twitching still going on in that mouse. It's gonna twitch around like that for a few seconds, but point of this video is also to show that with the constrictors it's almost as humane in taking out the live prey items as if they have a severe envenomation from one of the vipers. They are able to take it down very quickly. It's not like they just kinda strangulate their breathing. It basically just crushes them right away. You're gonna see in this clip also with my Ivory ball python. Boom, there we go. Yeah, I wanted to roll this clip again because this is actually one of the first live feedings I ever recorded with my little ball python right there. Again, he was real small back in that old clip. He has maybe doubled in size now already, even though he is a male specimen. With the lot of the constrictors, the males are significantly smaller than the females, different to, for example, the rattlesnakes, where it's the other way around. But again, these constrictors are able to take out the mice in a few seconds also. They squeeze down on them so hard that the blood flow gets interrupted and the blood even flows back into the heart, and that kills them right away. But again, this is just an old clip right there. Let's get into all the new footage. So let's get into the venomous snakes. They got the big male western diamondback who is locked on. Boom, there we go. Yeah, I wanted to start with feeding him because he always puts on a good show. See, ooh, another strike. Yeah, he's real hungry. He didn't have a meal for a week, and he is gonna get another one of these mice right away. Just because a single adult mouse is not too big of a meal for him, you can tell. He is maybe 120 centimeters in length, something like that. Look at him. Yeah, he's a very curious snake with a lot of temperament and a good eater also. It looks like he has a bit of substrate stuck in his mouth, though. I feel like we are maybe also getting to have the chance to look at his fangs if we wait for a moment right here. He's gonna do another one of his yawns, or a fang stretch rather. Oh, there we go. I see. It wasn't a full yawn, but you were kind of able to see the fangs there. Pretty cool. So, alright, next up we got the green pit viper. You can see her, like always, waiting on her branch for some feeding time. There we go. Look at that. Again, this is the green pit viper, the Trimeresurus albolabris. And these are found all throughout Southeast Asia. They are very common snakes there. I think one of the most common pit vipers in the region for sure. And they are responsible for a lot of bites in the region, you can imagine. And they are quite dangerous because they will strike at head height, because sometimes they are up in a tree like that, being an arboreal snake, but their venom isn't actually too bad. There aren't too many fatalities known, given how many people do get bitten by these. And even though the bite will result in some agonizing pain and probably even some tissue damage, it will most likely not kill you. I still would be very careful with them, of course. They have a big strike range. So, copperhead time. Ooh, there we go. Here's the male one. And everyone following the channel now for a while already knows the copperheads. They don't waste a single second. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, that mouse is pretty much done already. Got taken out by that hemotoxic venom from the broad-banded copperhead, Agkistrodon laticinctus. There are a few different variants of copperheads. They were split into 3 species at some point, but one was declared no longer official or relevant, which was the Agkistrodon contotonix pizziaugusta. Now these subspecies are all invalid, and there are just 2 species, not subspecies, of copperhead instead, laticinctus and the contotonix. So here's the female. Oh, there we go. Always very energetic strikes from her. I think that was a bit off frame, but still interesting to look at. I'm going to see when I watch the footage again. But it's just going to be a small snack for her. The copperheads in my collection, they don't do a hibernation, so I'm feeding them pretty much all year round. You do kind of need to keep that in mind, that their metabolism is of course set up to do this pause of feeding in nature, where it cools down, which again I'm not doing, and it's not really necessary in captivity. Just because I can't even get to these low temperatures with my room anyway, but you do need to keep in mind again to not overfeed them or anything. But she is still looking very nice and slim and agile, not fat. So the cottonmouth pair is back again also, as over here we love all the Agkistrodon species. You know, this is the genus or the family that contains both the copperheads and the cottonmouths. And this is the female right there. Ooh, look at that. I should have filmed that from up top instead. She really pounced up on that mouse. See, she must have been hungry. because these guys, they stop feeding during the winter anyway, even though it doesn't get too cold in this room, of course. But they still have that, natural instinct to do the hibernation anyway, which, some will do, some don't, but it doesn't really matter. They can also, in a short time period of the year, just eat a lot, and then they can go on without food for months on end, believe it or not. Boom, there we go. Strikes right away too. This is the male one. He is looking even more prettier than the female at the moment, see? You can kinda see that faded pattern of him somewhat clearly. He shed it recently. That also plays a part in, how vibrant and how much contrast they have in their color and pattern. If they have shed it, they look like, they were just born again with nice high contrast patterns, and then it kinda fades over time. But with the cottonmouths in general, when they are born and are real small juvenile specimen, they have a much more clear and differentiated pattern in general, and they get more dark and dull with age and over time. Which I don't mind, of course. They still look really pretty, in my opinion. You got to wait until I get some of these Agkistrodon bilineatus or tailuri, which are close relatives of the water moccasin, and they are quite similar in body and overall size, but they have some absolutely stunning coloration and pattern, but they aren't too frequently offered, sadly.